What you are listening to now is the Central Indiana Sports Report, podcast number 247.1, The Will Retherford Show. A look at the national sports landscape from a Central Indiana sports perspective. This week looking at the Major League Baseball races, sussing out the top teams and the worst teams heading into the NFL preseason, and are the Fever the favorites in the WNBA now?
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Welcome, Central Indiana sports fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report and the Will Retherford Show. Here to talk the national sports scene from a Central Indiana perspective with Will Retherford on a weekly basis. Trying to talk him into doing it more often. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Although he's starting classes pretty soon. So we'll see where it goes from here. We'll have a couple of weeks to make the decision before season 2 begins, and then we will figure out your role and exactly what we're going to do. But between now and then, we're talking sports. And Will, in the world of sports right now, what's number one on top of your mind?
Well, I mean, Greg, it's just what a beautiful evening. Elwood Golf Links, I would like to give a shout out. This is a Chamber of Commerce evening right here. No humidity, bugs aren't getting out yet. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this.
It doesn't.
As far as sports,
we need to appreciate that.
We do well, and we do because I hate to say it to our listeners, winter's coming. We talk about fall, winter's coming at some point, and it's ugly, it's nasty, it's terrible.
It's gonna be an ugly one this year,
and it's just never any fun. With that being said, I feel like number one on the docket for me, of course, is got to be just, the National League Central is turning into quite a little conundrum as far as the Brewers basically flipping the Cubs on their head and saying it's time for us.
Those regular season Brewers are coming out again.
My God. It's kind of like the regular season Pittsburgh Steelers. You just count on them being there, and then they'll just shit the bed whenever it gets important. It'll be something dumb, and it happens. It's just like clockwork. It feels almost at peace that this is how it is, because this is how it always has been and how it always will be. But I do think it's a little concerning with the Cubs, though, as far as the lack of direction that they kind of showed at the deadline, more or less just sitting on their hands. What do you think?
I think they're one of the best 4 teams in the National League. If they had a plan coming into the year that was go with this roster for the rest of this season, I get it. They're not really.
For me,
Is there something they were going to do that was going to make them better than the Dodgers and the Phillies?
I feel like you have to maximize the 1 year you're getting with Tucker. I don't know. Are they going to be in that bidding war next year for Kyle Tucker? I'm sure that they will be. He's going to obviously be the last team that they, or the Cubs will be the last team that he played for, and so that'll leave a good taste in his mouth. But as far as, he's going to be warranting a $300 to $400 million contract probably. He's going to be right at the peak of his career. I just feel like it's one of those situations where you didn't really get any better at the deadline, and
they definitely did not tell their fans we're going for it.
I
for sure.
I agree. I think it was poor messaging, especially for their organization. But, the Ricketts family for the latter part of the last 8 years really have done nothing to prove that the Cubs want to be contenders outside of we want to be just good enough with getting in the postseason. 2016 looks great, but what do the Cubs have to show for it? They basically traded away every cornerstone piece of that team that won the World Series. I'm not even sure, is there a player on the team anymore that even won the World Series in 2016, excuse me. I don't think so now. So the Brewers have been kind of sitting in the weeds, stalking them the whole time, and the Cubs, faltered a little bit, and here they are. I know that you're still really high on the Reds, and
I am. I think they have a higher ceiling than both the Brewers and the Cubs.
Maybe in the future. I don't know.
I think this year. I think they have a better postseason roster.
The Brewers' pitching staff's awfully good.
I understand. I love the Reds lineup for the postseason. it's for the last month and a half been doing things that hadn't done before. For example, hitting situationally. In particular, Ellie De La Cruz, who's hitting to all fields, and when he gets on base, he scores. I like this team for the postseason. I'm not even sure they're going to get there. Lodolo goes back on the IL today.
Yep.
There's been a lot of that. They haven't had Hunter Green for months.
Yeah.
But if they get there, I like their chance of competing with the top teams.
I mean, if we're thinking about an outlook here, I mean, you've obviously got the Dodgers, Padres, so those are two teams that are going to be in. You've got the Phillies and Mets. There's 4.
I'm not convinced by the Mets yet, but they will be in the playoffs.
They will be in the playoffs.
Yes.
I'm simply just talking playoff conversation.
Yes.
We have the Cubs and the Brewers, so there we have 6.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're hunting for that third team. I've said that I had no faith the Reds could make the postseason. I still think they have an outside shot looking in, probably realistically, but it's not like anybody else has really come up and said it's ours to get. I mean,
yeah. Well, they're 4 games behind the Mets, and the Mets have been playing really well, so it's not going to be easy for sure. I would say less than 50-50 they get to the postseason, but...
So what's the wild card look like right now? Obviously, we've got
they're 3 games behind the Padres, 4 games behind the Mets. The Cubs are 7.5 ahead of the Reds.
Yeah. So, I mean...
By the way, this is as of Tuesday night. Of course, we're running this Thursday morning.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that all of those teams, I would say, feel like postseason teams. Something could happen. They could, kind of sputter a little bit. But for the most part, the Reds, what would you put their percentage at right now? Like if you just
45.
45. Okay. I mean, that's probably a little higher than I'd say, but it's not impossible. Like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I just think that the Padres are a better roster. I think the Mets are, I don't know if they're a better roster, but they have a better start as far as, the Reds have been kind of climbing out of the 500 hole they've been in essentially the whole year.
Right.
The Mets were really hot.
Speaking of 500, the Cardinals are suddenly 500, starting to play a little better. Is there reason for hope?
No, this pitching staff's not good enough for them to give any hope. I mean, they basically traded all of their 3 best relievers, really outside of one, at the deadline. I don't.
The pitching's been really good most of the time lately.
Yeah, I mean, that's because Fetty's gone, so you lost an automatic loss basically every time. If Michaelis is halfway decent, I don't know. I don't really have a ton of faith that the Cardinals can be there. But I guess I could be. They went on a 17-game win streak in late August and early September.
In the wild card, they're now the team right behind the Reds.
2 or 3 years ago, I can't remember exactly which year it was.
Right.
But
right.
I mean, they've proven that they can get hot. I just think that the roster, the lineup is just not good enough.
The front office hasn't been good enough.
No, it's been atrocious. I mean, you've got a new regime coming in as far as Chaim Bloom, who built the Reds. The Rays organization and the Red Sox. I mean, I know the Red Sox have been down, but he kind of rebuilt that farm system that went all-in mode a couple too many times. So, I think that they have a shot, but it's not good. I don't think they're better than the Reds.
They're ahead of the Giants now.
Well, the Giants is a team that just falling
man.
apart. That makes no sense. They should be much better than they are.
They also were way overachieved the first half.
Yeah, I mean, and then, we could transition over to the American League, which, can we just admit the American League is not as good as the National League?
The MLB report this week, we talked about it. Both the American League and National League look like they're going to both be pretty interesting the rest of the year, but it's in the National League because they're a bunch of good teams. And the American
League's
League,
a bunch of bad teams.
Very good teams.
There's 2 teams. I don't even think that any team right now in the American League warrants being a World Series team.
No.
If the World Series could be competed against 2 National League teams, that feels right.
It feels like the best 6 teams are in the National League.
I agree. I mean, I really do. Maybe the Blue Jays maybe have an argument of being that 5th team, but it kind of feels similar to how the NFL season was, though, last year with just having all of the good teams in one conference.
The elite teams, right. Yeah.
And then you had, the Eagles obviously won the Super Bowl, and they were not
exactly.
in the elite conference. But
I cannot see an American League team winning it this year unless the Yankees got healthy.
The Mariners, are they going to be there? They going to be there?
They got the pitching to do it for sure. I was going to say probably my pick to win the American League right now might be Seattle if they even get in.
the Blue Jays are playing so well, and John Schneider is a really good manager.
I don't believe in the pitching.
I don't either, but they did bolster it a little bit. I mean, Shane Bieber is going to be a big addition to that rotation. I don't think that it's not a needle mover where I look and say, okay, the Blue Jays are like up there with the Dodgers and stuff. But I mean, they're playing really good ball, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette are playing like superstars.
But I don't think the Blue Jays can beat a National League team.
And what we actually had, I remember right before the MLB season, players to watch out for. Bo Bichette was on that list.
Oh yeah.
As far as a guy that he's up around 300. He's been batting his ass off at playing shortstop. It's just that Blue Jays team, they give you reason to believe. And I think when the Blue Jays are good, baseball's better, with having all of Canada basically on their side, which is kind of fun. Like, it's a cool environment.
Canada
and stuff.
sucks.
I mean, yeah, it does. But, like, having a whole country united behind one team is cool.
The Astros and Tigers are clearly going to be postseason teams. In either one of those teams do it for you?
No, I mean the Tigers maybe. I don't know. They're just like, are they just falling on flat tires because they've got an 8.5 game lead, or
maybe
what is it? I don't know.
Something a lot like that. Something like that.
It makes really no sense to me why they are playing this poorly. Really, I mean, why would you want to sputter into October,
There's plenty
September?
of time.
There's 2 months left to get in it.
But it hasn't looked good for them for a while now.
So, actually, this is a great segue. So, we're talking about teams way ahead of their divisional opponents. We could transition to the NFL now and talk about the Buffalo Bills just going to run away with the AFC East. Like, is that just going to happen?
Yes.
I mean, is there anybody even remotely of the other 3 teams that you think?
I mean, if Drake May is Peyton Manning, maybe.
I do think the Patriots will be 500.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I think that Vrabel automatically, gives them credibility.
Yes.
As far as where their ceiling is, I don't know.
Would you be surprised if they were in the playoffs? Wouldn't stun me.
I would be surprised because I think that there are other good teams.
That's true. The AFC is loaded.
But with that being said, at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we looked in November and they were kind of in the hunt looking in. Maybe I don't think there'll be probably one of the top 7 seeds, but I mean, there's a chance they're 8 or 9. I mean, we go down the list.
The Dolphins and Jets are without question in contention for the first pick in the draft.
I think so. I mean, I think, quite frankly, I think the Patriots could probably be in contention of that if Drake May's bad, which he's not going to be.
Their offensive line isn't improved at all.
Yeah, I mean,
which has been awful.
Definitely a chance.
Rumor coming out of camp is that the lines have been pretty good. Of course, Vrabel's always been good with the interior of his teams. We'll see. The Bills, I think Ravens, Bills is what we're looking at. I just really do.
I think the Chargers really have a chance to potentially be in that conversation. The Chargers and Broncos to me are definitely the risers. Like I forget what the list is, but it's like every year it's a statistic actually. Like 4 teams don't make the playoffs.
Right.
After they made it, and then 4 teams that didn't make the playoffs make the playoffs. And I don't know if that's going to happen this year in the AFC. I don't see 4 teams.
We say that every year, and it happens.
Okay, but like where's it happen? The Broncos, Chargers both made the playoffs.
There'll be an injury, I'm sure. There's it just happens. You're right. It doesn't seem like it'll happen. But this is the NFL, and it will happen.
Are you convinced that the Steelers are that much better with Rodgers as their quarterback? Like, Are they actually Super Bowl contenders?
Well, they're not. I don't think they're on the Ravens level, but I think they could be number 4 or 5 in the AFC. I think they could be that good.
We out on the Bengals.
Yes, only because they're in the AFC.
Okay.
Again, let's do this real fast.
Okay.
You brought up the Bills. I think they're the favorites going in.
Absolutely.
No question. I think the Ravens and Chiefs are right there with them. You have to put the Chiefs up there. Their roster's better than it was last year.
We have to put them up there, but are they better than Denver?
Neither one of you or I believe in the Chiefs, but you still have to put them on that list. Then you got Denver. Then you got the Chargers. Someone's winning the South. You and I both agree Jacksonville is the team right now.
I'm not going to put my word on any of them.
Well, we're not making official predictions right now.
I think that they have the most proven. Like Lawrence for as good as okay or to good that Stroud's been the first 2 years, I still think that I believe that in the track record of Lawrence being statistically probably more consistent than Stroud at this point.
But someone's winning the South.
Yep.
So that leaves the Bengals one spot to get in the playoffs. And I just see too many other teams out there. The Colts, I think two teams could come out of the South for sure. It would take things going right for two of the three teams.
Yep.
We could also have the division winner be 8-9 in the AFC South.
Absolutely could happen.
But I don't believe in the Raiders. I know Carroll's good and all that, and Geno's fine.
We're at the point where I think it's easier. It's easier to eliminate teams at this point than it is to
and
like.
And the Bengals
prove
are
that
kind of on this tier of their own, aren't they?
I think that they are.
The bunch of teams that we know are getting in, a bunch of teams we know aren't, and then there's the Bengals.
To me, I can count 4 teams out with certainty. The Browns are not making the postseason. No. The Dolphins are not making the postseason.
It would take just a whole lot going right for the Dolphins, including Tua being elite, which we don't see.
The Jets are not making
it.
And the Raiders aren't. And really, outside of that, I think those are the only 4 teams of the 16 in that conference that I can wholeheartedly say have no chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah, the Patriots would have to. It would be tough for them.
But we have. Yeah. I'm saying 0% certainty. Right. I think the Patriots have a shot.
I wouldn't even put the Raiders at 0.
It's 0.
I wouldn't.
In that division.
But Geno's good, man, and Pete Carroll's good, and they had a decent roster. It's not a good roster; it's a decent roster.
Respectfully,
if they're 7-10, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Pete Carroll is the 3rd or 4th best coach in that division.
Fair enough.
And
I'm not saying they're making the playoffs.
I think that
I just wouldn't put it to 0. Is all I'm saying.
And then we could go over to the NFC, and I feel like it's a whole. I think it's wide open over there. I mean, really, the only team I'm penciling in making the playoffs probably the Eagles.
But even that, we've talked about it before. They are a candidate for an implosion.
I think that they are, but I think that they're still going to be good enough that they get. Just the talent alone will be enough to get them in. As far as what happens after
Carter's as good as he was last year, they're definitely as good as the AFC teams.
I do think that. I think the East. I said wide open. Boy, it's NFC's actually really good when you sit back. I mean, all 4 of it.
No, it's not. They're a bunch of B-level teams.
The Vikings, the Lions.
B-level teams.
The Packers.
B-level.
Washington.
B-level.
I think they might be A-level, but.
The only one that's A-level is the Eagles, and again, A.J. Brown is a ticking time bomb. They've got about 10 of those guys on their team, and those things can work for a year or two.
Yep.
They don't work for very long, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that coaching staff has figured it out, and especially with not having an elite quarterback, he's a very good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, Jalen Hurts is a very good quarterback, and he's a very effective quarterback. But not having an elite quarterback makes me not put him on the level with Lamar Jackson and the AFC teams that all have elite quarterbacks. All 4 of the top there have
So where's Kyler? Because the West is a division that could be won by the Cardinals. Like, where's Kyler?
And I don't think it will be, but would you be surprised? They have so much talent on that team.
I think I would be at this point more surprised if they did win the division. I think that they are the best team on paper probably right now. Maybe the 49ers, they still have a lot of old age. I mean, they have good players, but they're older, injury prone. I mean, is McCaffrey and or Kittle going to make it through a whole season healthy? Probably not.
No. It looks like to me the 49ers are on their last legs, but
I agree with that.
And I think the other thing about the NFC, though, is that like the AFC, there's not a lot of teams you can count out of the playoffs because it's a pretty average conference.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. New Orleans.
Carolina, New Orleans. Well, that's a bad division if something went right for those teams.
Tampa Bay and Atlanta are both
pretty good,
far superior to that. Good. They're both. Yeah. I mean, I would say the Bucks are a B-level team.
Yeah,
I think they're a B-level team.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the NFC has about 8 of them. In fact, I think that's why it's going to be interesting. I think Philadelphia is an A-level team. But we've explained that. Washington, Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, Atlanta, or Atlanta.
Atlanta's
Tampa,
not in that same tier, that B
but
level.
Definitely could be. And I think the Cardinals and Rams, of course, the Rams look.
The Rams
like
are very good.
It looks like the Rams, things are not going well in camp there, but and the Cowboys, I think, are going to be pretty good, and the Falcons, I think, are going to be pretty good. So, a lot of interesting storylines in the NFC. Even though I would be stunned if they repeat as Super Bowl champions. I agree. The NFC.
I agree.
If it's not Buffalo or Baltimore this year, I will be completely stunned.
I will too. Where I won't be stunned, though, is if the WNBA also does not have a repeat champion, because I don't think it's going to be the Liberty. I think it's going to be the Fever.
Ooh.
I know it's bold. I know John and Michelle would say I'm crazy.
I don't think they'd say that, especially right now.
They're playing 5-game winning streak. They play tonight at 10 o'clock for 6.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark's not been playing.
Weak schedule. They're taking advantage of it, which is good, but I wouldn't put them up above Minnesota and New York yet. But I like the optimism, and I'll tell you what the last 5 games has shown is that it's possible.
Oh, I feel like anybody right now on this team can go get 20. And the starting rotation, even, our 6th, 7th. Is it probably going to happen? No. I mean, the scoring in the WNBA is always down versus the NBA by the mere fact that they just don't play as long, which helps. It's also slower paced, more half-court driven, and stuff like that. But I just think that if Clark can come back and be good, like, the ceiling of this team right now is exactly where you thought it was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, there was a point in the season where I thought it was a wash. I thought, next year. But I wouldn't say that now.
I don't think so. I really think that they're really going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think they're going to be a tough out. I mean, you're best of 5 series. Like, you're going to beat Caitlin Clark 3 times. And if 2 of which are for sure going to be in Indiana, maybe 3. I mean,
well, let's talk about the standings. Because right now they would not have home.
No, but they're
advantage.
right. They
are in 5th place. They have gone past Seattle and Vegas during this 5-game
tiebreaker on Seattle too.
And they got Phoenix is a half game ahead of them. Atlanta is a game ahead of them. And the struggling Liberty, who've been without Breanna Stewart, are just 2 games ahead of them. Now they could be the 2nd seed plus. They're 7 games behind Minnesota. They play them 3 times. They just lost their best player for a month.
Yep. And is she going to come back and be 100%?
It's a good question.
And
who's the MVP of the league?
Kind of looked like a tough ankle injury, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or orthopedic surgeon or anything, but it surely did not look clean.
Ankle injuries are injuries that don't seem to linger as long.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about that, yeah. Not like a groin, not like a muscle tear or a muscle problem.
I think you can spackle up an ankle to make it playable.
Right. Yes.
The way you can a groin, you can a soft tissue as far as a hamstring, but like you can mask an ankle, but it's still
you're not going to make it worse.
You're slower.
Yes.
You're not as efficient cutting. Collier's obviously such an efficient scorer. It definitely plays a role there as far as getting to her spot to get a shot off. I don't know. I have this feeling, this intuition that the Fever are right now just reaching their potential and can go so much more, so much higher. And I don't think it's 2 seeds.
There are championships in the future for sure. The question is, does it start this year?
I think it's this year. Why not? Why not this year? Caitlin comes back and she plays well. You're adding 20 a night, 20, and then you're adding the 20 points she assists on. So you're adding, let's just say 30 points to your lineup and your rotation. That surely helps a lot. I'm not a mathematician, but you're adding 30 points.
Yeah, and it
seems
should
like a
be
big
seamless.
deal.
They've been sharing the ball. The other night they had 25 assists on 31 baskets, something like that. They're sharing the ball. We know how much Caitlin, that's her first love, is sharing the ball.
But she's got to take better shots, too. Shot selection has to be better.
Got to get better. She's not on an Iowa team that needs her to shoot from 30 feet.
No.
She's got Kelsey Mitchell. She's got Natasha Howard. She's got Aaliyah Boston. She's got Ari McDonald.
Yep.
She's Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall. They're all no reason not to be sharing the ball.
No, I agree completely. I mean, especially with just how good. I mean, really, they've all been good. I mean, Kelsey Mitchell's been outstanding in Caitlin's absence. She's been, I don't know.
Team MVP this year.
Team MVP without question. Really should be in consideration for overall MVP with just the fact that she's been so good as far as just her scoring output and just being kind of the heartbeat of the team. Exactly what they needed when they needed it. It's exciting. I mean, you obviously, I think 11 games left in the regular season before this kind of all shakes out. 10 now after this evening. I don't know. There's a lot to like. I just have this gut feeling. I had it the same way with the Pacers too. That this Pacers team is. I was the first person of the Central Indiana Sports Report to say, hey, the Pacers can win the finals. And I really think that with the Fever. You also
predicted the Fever were going to win the championship this year. I
did. Hopefully,
I'm
right.
You and Michelle both picked the Fever to win the championship.
Yeah, although Michelle, we need to check her receipts though, because she's been a Fever hater at times too, especially last year.
She definitely watches with a critical eye.
Without
There's no doubt about that. But at the beginning of the year, she did pick them to win it all.
Okay. John's obviously. I mean, he loves the Fever, so.
But I don't even think he picked them.
No, he didn't. Well, yeah. I mean,
and I wouldn't have either.
And there was reason not to. I would say. I mean, I'm a little biased as well. I just think that they are really exciting. I think it'd be really fun if they got on a run, especially after the Pacers went on a run with what happened with Tyrese and stuff. It would just be huge for the city to have 2 finals runs.
Absolutely, and let's get them in the top 4 and get home court advantage.
I agree. It's got to happen.
Let's have those games in Indy.
I think that they're. I think the 3 seed's realistic, but I mean, if Stu's not coming back, boy, that 2 seed looks awfully enticing. I think it's one of those where what's the difference between the 2 seed and the 3 seed?
Home court in the second round. That's it.
I mean, yeah, but it's not like it's critical.
Correct. Yeah, no doubt about that.
They're not going to be the 1 seed. Sure. They're not going to be the 1 seed. I think the Minnesota's all but kind of lock that up. Maybe if they really sputter, I don't know. I mean, I know they've got 3 matchups with the Fever as far as and with a 7-game lead. I mean, anything could happen. I think it would be awfully difficult.
I just looked it up on Google AI, and Breanna Stewart, no timetable for her return, but they completely expect her to be back by the postseason.
I mean, I guess you hope she's back to 100%.
I hate that I like that New York team.
I mean, I don't like
liking New York teams.
I mean, it's not like you're rooting for the Yankees. I mean,
I'm not rooting for them. I'm not rooting for them either way, but I do.
It's not like you like the Mets. Like you like the Liberty. Come on.
They're very Fever-like.
They're fun.
Not a lot of drama.
No, they're fun to watch.
They play well together. It seems like to me that the league has formed sides. There are 2 sides now for some reason. It's either you love Caitlin or you hate her. And it seems like the Liberty understand Caitlin's value, and most teams don't. So I've kind of ended up liking them, plus a lot of really likable players. Mostly Ionescu, who's just fantastic.
She is. She's out. I mean, she's outstanding.
She might be the MVP.
The factions of the WNBA are hilarious, but they were there. You were Team Larry, you were Team Magic. What side of the fence were you
Absolutely.
on?
It's very similar to that.
Are you Clyde or are you Michael? Are you?
And they need to take advantage of that. Capitalize on those rivalries without shooting yourself in the foot. Which is what they keep doing over and over.
Are you Isaiah? Are you Larry? I mean, it's just there's just it happens all the time. I think the problem is that the WNBA is at such a critical time in their league's like growth and expansion that it makes it really difficult to see the factions developing, and it's like you're not there yet. Like you're not to the point where like you can survive like really a like critical misread as far as the situation. Like this is a league that's still, I mean, it's been around for I think 30 years. It's not anywhere
27.
near. It's not anywhere near the Big Four. really at all. I mean,
but it has a chance.
It has a chance if they do it the right way and don't let the factions, the division separate what's right and wrong.
Thanks so much, Will. Always appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just once again, I'd just like to say, beautiful night at Elwood Golf Links.
Perfect night for this, that's for sure.
Michelle, if you're listening to this, the grass is actually pretty green out here.
Thanks so much to Will and to you for listening. Always appreciate it. Please help spread the word that the Central Indiana Sports Report is here every single day talking about Central Indiana sports. Thank you so much. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.